and welcome to video 9 in our mini-series 12-week weight loss challenge. So in this video, we'll be having a look at internal resistance as well as having a look at addictions and cravings and how that impacts your 12-week weight loss challenge. So before we start, let's have a look at what is internal resistance. What do we mean by it? Well, it's very simple really. We all know that feeling when we've got a part of us that's almost pulling in a different direction. That part of us that's unmotivated or seems to literally want to sabotage whatever it is that we're doing when we're trying to create success in our lives. That's what we're talking about when we mean internal resistance. Very simply, that part of us that's pulling in the opposite direction. And we'll be having a look at this video how you can become more aware of exactly what's going on, why it's going on, and how you can create a change in those areas of your life. So why is having a look at the internal resistance that come up so important? Well, in the simplest of terms, this is exactly what stopped you from succeeding in the past. All the times that you've tried to move forward and found yourself moving 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back, this is what's caused that problem. And this time with our 12-week challenge, we want to make a permanent, long-lasting change. So we've got to clear out whatever's been holding us back. So in this video, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So when we talk about internal resistance coming up, let's have a look with regards to weight loss. For example, maybe late at night, you're in the habit of eating and having a snack. Now that's not great for weight loss, we know. So maybe you've decided for your weight loss challenge that at night you're going to go to bed and you're not going to have a snack. Now you go to bed one night and you decide you're not going to have a snack, but this feeling, this craving comes up for you. This resistance to the idea of just going to bed without a snack and just going to sleep comes up. But basically there's an emotional resistance to it. There's a part of you that's not okay with it, that feels uncomfortable here. Now when that happens, you've got one of two choices. The first one is just to go with the craving, fulfill it, and do what you've done the last 10, 20, 30 years, whatever it may be. And if you do that, you're going to keep getting the same results that you got the last 10, 20, 30 years. But here we want to give you an opportunity to do something different. See, one of the biggest problems that people have with this internal resistance is that they're in conflict with it. That they're almost fighting with that part of themselves. They see that as a bad part, a part that's trying to pull them down, as the enemy almost. And there's almost a consistent, continuous battle that's going on. That battle itself is very, very tiring. And we want you to stop that. Just let go of the fight and from a different perspective, come from a point of view of curiosity. What's really going on here? What is that part of me trying to achieve? What's the real intention behind the action? And what you'll be most surprised to find out is that every single time there is a positive, loving intention behind that. That at some level that part is trying to protect you, defend you, keep you safe in some way, shape or form. It may be using outdated, old techniques that are no longer of use and no longer of benefit, but it is still doing its best to help you. So this time we're going to have a look at it from a point of curiosity and find out what's going on there. So we're going to have a look now in the next section exactly how to delve into those areas of internal resistance and find out what's going on. So let's say that we're in the position late at night and that craving to have a snack or something to eat has come up. Now we've decided already that we're not going to fulfill the craving, we're not going to go back to our old patterns, our new behavior, we're going to do something new. So what are the two options that we have? Well, the first option is simply just to stick to your rules, not have anything to eat, but not do anything about it either. So be in discomfort, feel that uncomfortability and, have a bit of a bad night, not enjoy it. That's okay, but that's really like forcing it. It's a matter of willpower there. How well can you just push yourself past the finish line? That's not what we want. We don't want to be fighting yourself, pushing yourself past the finish line. Instead, we want this to be a process of love and unity within yourself where you feel that this is exactly what you want to do out of a place of freedom. Not out of a place of you feel you should or you have to or anything like that. Just because it's a free choice there and then in the moment. So, when that feeling comes up, We decide we're not going to go with it and we're not going to fulfill the craving. We decide we're not going to ignore it either. So what do? Well, the only option left is to delve into that feeling, to find out exactly what's going on. So when we talk about delving into a feeling, that means going right into the emotion. So if there's some discomfort there, allow yourself to feel that discomfort. You may notice that when you feel that, that discomfort turns into pain or anger or another even stronger emotion. That's very likely as well, because really the craving that you had is not the feeling you've been avoiding. The craving has been a feeling that's distracting you from the emotion that you've been avoiding. So allow yourself to feel that. And if that means you need to cry or scream out or whatever from time to time, that's perfectly okay. You're learning during this process to honor your emotions, to honor your truth there and then in that moment. But there's also other alternatives rather than just delving straight into the emotion, crying out, screaming out, whatever it may be. This is a great opportunity for you to use your tracks. Now with these 12-week videos, you've got one of our free tracks as a complimentary part of it, so it's a great opportunity for you to listen to that. But if you're on any of our other programs using any of our other toolkits, this is exactly where you would use them. This is the time then to go into that emotion, to go into that challenge, and to have a conversation with yourself, have a word with yourself and find out exactly what's going on. Give yourself some love and support where you've needed it and previously haven't had it. And show yourself that you're old enough and big enough now to feel these previous emotions that you've not felt in the past that you're able to deal with. Show yourself now that you have new resources and new abilities to take new actions and get different results. That you yourself are willing to change and become an even better, more magnificent version of yourself. And it's a matter of showing yourself bit by bit these as we go through the 12-week challenge. And you'll notice as you go through it, you'll get even better at it. It's a bit like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Initially, this is something you're not used to, so you'll be uncomfortable. As we go through this, just like Dave in the previous video, you'll find yourself doing things that were previously unimaginable to you. But what's even better is that when you do it, you'll find a level of freedom that you never even realized you could have. So one of the things when it comes to internal resistance, and for people embarking on a transformation journey, particularly if it's one of the first times you've done something like this, is that it may feel not only uncomfortable, you may feel at times that you're moving backwards. There's a lot of stuff coming up for you. I want you to think of it this way. If you've got a really messy house and you want to spring clean it and you want to get it all sorted out and organized and functioning in the best possible way, in order for you to do so, you only need to start clearing out some of the stuff that's been under the sofas and under the carpets and wherever for a long, long time. As you do so, the rooms and the house starts to get messier initially, and then you're able to clear it out. It's the exact same thing through this 12-week process. Your internal resistance is going to come up. It's going to get messier for a bit. But then as it comes up and it gets messier, you're able to clear it out and then it's gone for good. So don't worry if stuff comes up. That's actually the idea of the 12-week program. We want stuff to come up. We want your internal resistance to, come up and you be able to see what it is and then deal with it. If it didn't come up, you wouldn't be able to deal with it. And when you do, you really are able to connect with a deep part of yourself and really find out what it means to follow your heart, to follow your passion, and to really live life and love to the fullest. So this has been video 9. We've had a look at internal resistance and how to deal with it when it comes up throughout your 12-week challenge. Now obviously, one of the challenges that you will face during the 12 weeks is that as this stuff comes up, you might not want to deal with it. Your old patterns, your old behaviors, etc. are quite strong and ingrained. So you need to be able to ensure that you are going to stick to the new behaviors, the new ways of doing things that we have outlined during our 12-week plan. So in the next video, video 10, we're going to be looking at accountability and how to ensure that you hold yourself accountable to doing everything you said you're going to do over the 12 weeks. So we'll see you in the next video. Take care.